I think it's a really important subject as a whole because our culture is so media saturated, and yet we don't know what to do with that information overload. No one teaches us how to deconstruct the messages that we're receiving in the media. We're taught a lot how to deconstruct literature and written word and print media, and that's really, really important, and I think it's important to be able to do that. But if that's not the type of media that most people are consuming most of the time, what are we missing by not giving them that kind of literacy? So I think that it's really important. Although I don't believe that the media can cause an eating disorder, I do think that the media creates a culture in which eating disorders thrive and are celebrated. And I think that that's a reason to talk about that. So I graduated from the Master's of Education program from the Center for Human Sexuality Studies in August 2013, which was a really great experience. While I was at Widener, my major research focus was in the media's perpetuating of societal myths, particularly around body image and beauty standards, and how that affects healthy sexual development in adolescent girls. So doing a lot of work looking at the way that we perceive ourselves based on what we're seeing, say, in the media, or what people are saying around us, and how that helps us develop ourselves sexually and how our sexual relationships look. The Center for Human Sexuality Studies is a really special place, and I really mean that, not just saying it. I do think it's a really special place. The first word that comes to mind is community. The community at the Center for Human Sexuality Studies is really special because it's both academically and emotionally fulfilling, which I don't think a lot of programs are. I think a lot of programs focus on that academic rigor but don't hold space for you emotionally, which I think is really important. It's also a really tight-knit community, that there's a lot of support there. People that I know that I went to school with, we refer each other to stuff like conferences and jobs, and we know who to go to ask questions about certain things, which is really, really helpful. The Center for Human Sexuality Studies is very committed to creating a place that is diverse, that is inclusive, that focuses on intersectionality, that makes sure that marginalized voices are heard. But not only that marginalized voices are heard, but that they're also held up as powerful, and they're meaningful, and they're important, and different experiences are very much valued, instead of being kind of like pushed to the outside, which is really great. But I think everybody, all of the faculty, is really inspirational, and being in their presence is just, you just hope that someday you can be half that great, and I think that that's a really good atmosphere to be in a graduate program.